I want to talk to you very briefly on this particular thought tonight. Bringing one. Bringing one. Beloved, when you look at this particular text, this pericope tonight, I want you to understand that this particular text makes witness and winning reasonable. It is really about the reality of witnessing and soul winning. When I look at this particular text tonight, I see the purpose of every child of God. I see the purpose of every person who calls themselves a part of the body of Christ, because the church and those that are in the church ought to be involved in the business of bringing. Don't you know that right around Walton County, Monroe, Georgia, there are so many folk that need to be brought. And while we are hanging around inside church, having a good time, praising and getting our shout on, folk are dying and going to hell because we want to have a good time in the house, but we don't want to go outside and be about the master. We got to be in the business of bringing somebody. I wonder tonight, y'all been having revival all week long. How many of you brought somebody tonight? I know you're here and I'm glad to see you here, but you should have brought somebody, because that's what you've been called. Oh, I testify. I witnessed what the songwriter said. When the songwriter said, I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just couldn't keep it to myself what the Lord has done for me. You can't go out and quote scripture. You ought to at least be able to go out and tell somebody how good God's been to you. And if you tell them how good God's been to you and what God has brought you out of, maybe then they'll be enthused enough. I don't know what it is about the church. I don't know what it is about us, Pastor. When we get in our circles, we like to talk about our budget. We like to talk about how many members we got. We like to talk about how big our sanctuary is. We need to talk about everything, how many choirs we got, how many services we have, but we hardly ever talk about how many souls. And I talk to you tonight, I don't give a flying flip about your services. I don't care about what kind of building you have. I don't care whether or not you got one service or two services. I want to know, are you saving? Are you bringing somebody to the master? So when I look at this text, tonight, if you don't mind walking this text with me, I see everything in here that points us to soul winning. Oh, if you're beginning to want to go out of this building, move into another building. Ain't gonna be choir singing. Ain't gonna be a preacher preaching. It's gonna be you in the pew, in the street, telling somebody, come see a man.